And ROGOZIN, just 19 years old, gold medal at the 2024 IBA World Youth Championships, and he's looked very good so far. Southpaw, very balanced, good variety, controls the distance well. Won by stoppage in the second round against Amy Ivanizeza of Rwanda, and then two dominant wins by unanimous decision against Sanzo Sedek Martov of Kyrgyzstan, and a very experienced fighter, Rafael Lozano of Spain. Russian fighters have had huge success in my ring, in particular in Ring A and in Ring B too, but the performance I've seen from them have been impressive.
And now would you please welcome his opponent into the blue corner, from Uzbekistan, Asilbek JALILOV!
JALILOV's an interesting fighter from Uzbekistan, the 2024 Asian champion. He's beaten Sadai, Aniskali, Amadou Mohamed, Artur Nagapetyan. That was a good win against Nagapetyan yesterday of Serbia, because he's a pressure fighter and a good one. But JALILOV has got great feet. He moves around the ring incredibly well and does everything with a smile on his face.
Ringside from Cuba, Croatia, Tunisia, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Colombia.
He's one of these guys, Asilbek JALILOV, I think, who just manages to wind his opponents up, because he's always got this little grin on his face. He genuinely really enjoys what he's doing, and he can mix it up a bit too. He can really move, like I said, but he can also hold those feet and throw that 1-2, just sling it straight down the middle. And even now, he's got that cheeky smirk, and it is not reciprocated by Viacheslav ROGOZIN, who is very much all business. So we've got a pair of southpaws here, ROGOZIN in the red and JALILOV in the blue. And you can see what I mean from the start here, and ROGOZIN is good at shutting that space down. He takes his feet with him everywhere he goes, right underneath him. Really good balance. And these two just having a little bit of a waltz in the centre of the ring, 30 seconds into round one. And there's that lead right hand there from JALILOV. And throws the 1-2 and gets a hold of ROGOZIN, who in his previous fights has just settled into a groove really, really quickly, and his opponents have found it very difficult to knock him out of it. But he's got a different kind of an opponent here, a combination again there from JALILOV. ROGOZIN just short with the jab and the right hand. I think found a lead right hand into the body there. And again, just pops off that 1-2 from the outside. There's not much on it, but it lands. And as ROGOZIN tried to get a little bit tighter himself, JALILOV just managed to get a hold of him. And there's that smile that I was talking about. You don't really see it in the boxing ring very often, and I think opponents have found it a bit difficult to deal with at times. Amadou Mohamed of Ghana definitely did. He was steaming when he left the ring at the end. Booted a water bottle over. I don't think he'd enjoyed the whole experience at all as we head towards the final minute here. And ROGOZIN looking to get tight and work those hands. But JALILOV there on the inside lands a couple of body shots. The left hand came back up top there from ROGOZIN. When they get onto the inside, he's quite adept at doing what he's doing there, the Uzbek. He'll get a hold of his opponent and just smother them slightly. And there's that 1-2, almost tripping over his own feet there. And there's the chant from the crowd. We've heard plenty of that over the course of the last week or so. And Rogozin just trying to finish strong here in this opening round, because Jalilov, I think, has probably had the better of it. And again, just looks for that 1-2. It lands in rapid succession. So, Ronald, what did you make of that? I know that you've seen a little bit of Jalilov. Rogozin is a newer one for you.
Indeed, first time looking at this teenager, and one of the great things about IBA style boxing coming through the tournament is that you have to meet and indeed master a whole variety of styles if you hope to box your way to top spot in the podium. And at just 19, I'm not sure Rogozin will have seen anybody like Jalilov before. The manner in which he leaps around the ring is rather unconventional. As you say, sometimes trips over his own feet, but I thought Rogozin stuck to his task really well here, got up close, all business, remained purposeful, blasted away to the body. I thought he did the better work overall because of that consistency and fundamental soundness, and he's taken the first round on a 4-1 split.
Seconds out.
I didn't think there was much in that round myself. I really didn't. I thought Jalilov did some decent work from the outside. And Rogozin, as you say, though, he's got those feet where
round 2.
he manages to get into distance, and he will stay close, and he will be patient as you can be, at least in a 3-round fight. So he has got the advantage here, that 4-1 split in his favour after that opening round. And it's always difficult to know exactly what is communicated to the fighters by the corners, but if this causes Jalilov to come to Rogozin a bit more, then that is what the Russian will really favour. A decent combination on the inside there from him. And then gets close, looks for the left hand to the body. Uppercut on the inside, followed by the right hand there from Rogozin. Jalilov has just taken things a little bit closer in this second round, and that is, I think, suiting the fighter in red, and that's going to be a point off for holding for the Uzbek fighter, and a point off in a semi-final is a big thing. So he's at crisis point here a little bit, Jalilov, you would say, because Rogozin has definitely had the better of this round so far. And with the point deduction as well and the 4-1 split against him, he's got to do something in the second half of the round here. Left hand there from Rogozin gets through, and Jalilov, if anything, looks like he might be feeling this a bit. A couple of shots land there from Rogozin. You look at Jalilov and the mouth is quite open. Left hand into the body, and he's getting turned over a bit here in round 2. And again, there's that straight left hand. Good accuracy from the fighter in red. Short left hand on the inside. The referee hadn't, I don't think, given the instruction to break into the final minute. And this has been a big round for the red corner. And Jalilov at the minute looks a little bit out of ideas. Down he goes, but I think that was maybe a tangle of the front feet more than anything else. He's got that 1-2. If he can find the right distance for it, the fighter in blue, he's dangerous with it because he is tall. He's got those long levers. But what Rogozin has done really well, particularly in this second round, is just steal that space, get close enough, and that's that front foot pressure that Ron was talking about in the break between rounds. Final 10 seconds, and this is going to be a red corner round, there's no question about that, and with the point deduction as well. And I wonder, you think about the score in 10-9 for a close round win, 10-8 for a clear round win. I wonder whether we could even see 10-8s there.
It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a few 10-8 rounds during the course of that second. I thought that was absolutely sensational from Rogozin. Consistency over occasional successes for Jalilov. And I think Jalilov was hurt to the body during the course of that second because he started to take in lungfuls of oxygen. But this man's consistent punch output serving him really well, and with his opponent perhaps feeling the effects of body shots and looking to take breathers. While he was waiting, Rogozin was invariably working, and there's an example of the hard hooking he was able to land to the body. Brilliant second round. And again, I wouldn't have been mad if that was called a knockdown. The feet did tangle, but I think it was a left hook that helped him on his way down to the canvas. Very good second round indeed from ROGOZIN. I'll be interested to see these scores because in IBA scoring 10-9 for a close round, 10-8 for a clear winner, 10-7 for total domination. And as Andy pointed out in commentary, that was a clear round.
Your third and final round.
So ROGOZIN is over the hills and far away here, to be honest, with that lead plus the point deduction. Something is going to have to go catastrophically wrong for him not to make it to the final. And it's an interesting point you make about the knockdown, because one thing I've noticed over the course of the 2 weeks is that if there's any kind of tangle of feet, even if a punch causes the loss of balance and then the tangle, referees generally don't give it. I always feel like they should give it, but again, another thing about the scoring is that because a knockdown doesn't, like pro boxing, trigger a 10-8, it's not like it doesn't matter, but it's not as material as it might be. Left hand up top there from ROGOZIN. He comes back with 1-2 there, JALILOV, and just about got through with it, and he's having a little chat, and the referee is just telling him that it's better to pipe down. So he's still got something to say, even though this is going against him, but he's somebody who genuinely seems to love every second he spends in there. It's quite an infectious thing to see, to be honest. And ROGOZIN just tip-tapping, then looking for that left hand in round the back of the guard. And I have been very impressed with him during the course of the week. It's the consistency, the maturity, just everything about him, really. Left hand down the middle, and just walks his man back to the ropes. I think ROGOZIN is maybe feeling this contest as well a bit. There's been a lot of boxing for these fighters over the last few days. Caught a left hand as he was coming through there. Bit of the snap has gone off his own punches just past the midway stage of round 3, but he's still working those hands. He's occupying you all of the time. It's good to see someone who's not looking to throw everything full throttle. Firstly, it's a tiring thing to do. Secondly, you're more likely to hurt somebody if you vary it up. It's one that you're not really braced for that gets through and does the damage to a fighter. Into the final minute. And JALILOV just trying to hinge at the waist a bit. Throws that 1-2, but when they end up on the inside like this, ROGOZIN just kind of crawls all over him in a methodical fashion, and JALILOV just isn't able to really contend with it. A right hand on the inside there from the Russian fighter, just 19 years old. And again, there's that kind of tippy-tappy work, but then he'll just dig one in a little bit stronger like he did with the lead uppercut there. And closing stages of this semi-final in the bantamweight division. And we know who's going to be going through to the final. It is going to be the man in red. And that's an impressive display, isn't it? No doubt about that.
Hugely impressive from the teenager Viacheslav ROGOZIN. And again, it's interesting in elite sport and in the sport of boxing in particular, because there are some guys who like to watch film, have their coaches tell them everything about their opponents. Others just back their man and say, let the other opponent deal with you. And I think that was very much a case of that tonight, because
IBA Sports
he didn't
Director
change at all from what you've been
Alexander
describing. The same steady, effective, non-stop pressure. And for all of these shape-shifting and shimmying that JALILOV was able to produce, he just remained consistent, and that consistency started to pay big dividends at the midpoint of the second round, breaking the man down to the body, testing his gas tank, and thereafter, one-way traffic might be a little bit overstating it, but he was in control from that midpoint of round number 2, despite the best efforts of JALILOV.
I think it pretty much was one-way traffic, to be honest. He was doing his best there, JALILOV, but he just couldn't get any kind of respite.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. For your winner by unanimous decision and advance into the finals, in the red corner from Russia, Viacheslav ROGOZIN.
Well, there go the fireworks. a little bit of a smile on the face, but he has come here for a gold. I've absolutely no doubt about that at all.
Medalist from Uzbekistan, Asilbek, JALILOV.
And Asilbek, JALILOV just gets his medal from Sasha Egorov of the IBA. And he'll be disappointed because these fighters have one thing on their mind and one thing only, which is to win every single time they go in there. And that check for $75,000, part of that $8 million prize pot, that's been spread out over the course of this couple of weeks. But he should look back on this tournament with pride because he's produced some good performances. I've enjoyed watching him. As I say, he boxes with a smile on his face, and elite level sport can at times be so deathly serious you wonder whether anybody really enjoys it. Well, he certainly does. What's so impressive about ROGOZIN is the fact that he wastes almost nothing. And that's the Russian cheering section. I bumped into Artur Beterbiev actually earlier on today. Quick fist bump with the now former undisputed light heavyweight champion. He's in town.